Chapter 24. Empowering Questions. Quote, "Questions are the answer." End quote. Nirka. Now let's see how we can uplift your powerful words of desired manifestation to the next level with empowering questions. If you commit to these for at least 2 weeks, I can almost guarantee your awareness in all aspects of your life will significantly open. For truly, what is happening here is a retraining of your RAS to be more aware of that which you most desire to attract into your life. In this process, you are also training yourself to be more aware of all that is around you and within you, especially with your self-talk. There is also one other extremely significant advantage to these questions. They are the quickest way to shift from being in effect to being at cause that I know of, taking any problem you're facing, stuck in victim mode, and turning it into an empowering question. Immediately, you take responsibility for it and remove the reasons and blame game. You give back to yourself your power instead of giving it away to someone else. Remarkably, because no problem can be solved while in effect, you open the door to fresh possibilities and solutions. At the end of this chapter, I'll add some ideas for you to use when teaching these empowering questions to others. For parents, teachers, counselors, etc., the power in these for kids is beyond measure. They can be developed around friends, testing, homework, sports, or even being a better son or daughter. They can teach adolescents to teenagers the skill of problem solving in a unique and fun, effective way. Creating empowering questions. Nirka explains a simple 3-step formula in the formation of empowering questions in her book, Supreme Influence. 1. Begin with what, how, or who. 2. State in the affirmative. 3. Build momentum with words like right now, even more, while. So simple. What can I do right now to attract even more happiness into my life? What more can I be doing right now to increase my personal finances? How can I add even more value to my life right now? What I have found in practice, however, is many people are actually timid in creating these empowering questions, at least initially. I'm not sure exactly why this is, but chances are it comes back to some aspect of self-worth. Maybe they feel they don't deserve what they are asking for. It's okay for someone else, but not me. Or I've tried something like this before and it never happened. Whatever the reasons may be, it is bunk, and they just need a bit of encouragement to get them in the groove. Through the practice of working with others, I've discovered a few easy steps proven to be very helpful in getting a person in action to create their empowering questions. Taking action. These additional steps begin by having the person take out a blank sheet of paper and across the top write out 3 columns. Why not follow along? Grab a notebook or a blank sheet of paper and pen and pencil, and let's work on this together right now. Of course, you may be reading in a place where that is not possible. Certainly continue reading. I will admit from experience there have been many occurrences I never came back to an exercise the author recommended doing at that time. Don't let this happen to you here. Come back and do this at least once. Trust me, there is more involved in the process than just writing words down. However, if you even had a thought of doing it later rather than now, out of convenience, get curious and ask yourself, what's my resistance? What's the secondary gain by not doing this right now? Why, Guy? Why not right now? What would doing this right now give me? What does not doing this now give me? What would happen if I did this right now? What would happen if I didn't do this right now? What wouldn't happen if I did this right now? What wouldn't happen if I didn't do this right now? Wouldn't it just be easier to grab that piece of paper than answer all these questions? This is how to create the curiosity within you to learn more about yourself, your self-talk, your self-awareness, your internal programming, and your core values, moving away from pain or towards pleasure. Questions truly are the answer. Regardless, the above paragraphs should have given you a pause, in one way or another. Carry this concept of curiosity with you throughout your life. it will repay you in monumental proportions. Being specific. These steps will make getting started with these questions easier and with greater focus. Keep in mind with each of these, specificity is important. The more your mind hones in, the greater you can expand the submodalities, the pictures, sounds, and feelings of the imaging. By doing so, your empowering questions become even more impactful. If I were to put you 20 feet out in front of a huge soccer goal with no goalie or other players, would you be able to kick the ball into the net? Almost assuredly. But what if I blindfolded you before you walked onto the field? That ball could be kicked wildly in any of 360 degrees. The more specific you are, the more you get to creep that blindfold from your eyes, making the goal easier to see. Each time you add specificity, your mind is seeing that empty net more clearly, just wanting to score. Column 1. Across the top of your blank sheet of paper, you will have 3 columns. In the first column, label it Desires and write down 3 to 5 desires which you would like to manifest in your life. Do your best to quantify being specific. This is true for any area you choose. For example, personal finances is more specific than simply finances. Understanding my children is more specific than just parenting. Being more present in my relationship, rather than just being a better spouse, is more refined. Column 2. In the second column, list 3 to 5 things you do not want. Why? Because doing so accesses a different part of your thinking. We categorize these differently from our desires. Once you have the do not want written down, change it to its opposite, and it now becomes an additional desire that was already within you but hidden from conscious thought. Amazingly, you will come up with at least one, if not more, ideas not listed in column 1. Column 3. In the third column, list 3 to 5 qualities you love about yourself, aspects that you value highly about you. Some examples might be, I am driven, I am loyal, my character is very important, I am tenacious, I am giving, I am creative, etc. See if you can get even more specific. I value myself is a great start, yet it is not as specific as I value my punctuality. If you happen to struggle with this column at all, get curious. There is absolutely something about you that you do value. Even if it may seem benign in this context, there is something, write it down. An example. Putting these 3 columns together, we have an example of something like Desires, column 1. Earn $10,000 per month. Specifically, job, residual, investment, business. Travel more. Specifically, travel to Aruba next year in September. A new car. Specifically, a new Tesla Model S, red with tan interior and larger batteries. Earn my advanced degree. Specifically, in family psychology by insert date. Okay, now for column 2, you don't want. Failure. Change to success, achievement. Publish a book by date. Unloved. Change to loved. Attract the right partner with aligned values. Fear. Change to confident, self-worthy, valued, courage. Add specificity. In column 3, we have positive attributes about you. Honest. Character, integrity, family-orientated, resourceful. From here, you can now begin formulating the structure of the empowering question. Creating an empowering question. Let's develop one from the above information, starting with the first desire of earning $10,000 monthly. For some of you, this may seem like an extraordinary amount. For others, this may seem too low. What we do know is that there are people earning this or much more on a consistent monthly basis, so we know it is possible. Since it is realistic and possible, it is a perfect example for an empowering question, especially if not believed. Feel free to insert any dollar figure you wish based on your individual circumstances, ensuring it is above what you are currently earning and there is a definite, specific purpose behind the figure. What opportunities surround me right now to easily earn $10,000 per month in total personal income? Note some of the key language here. Opportunities, easily, earn, total. And now say this same question aloud, but as a statement, affirmation. I am earning $10,000 per month in total personal income. Can you feel the difference? That difference is what we covered in the previous chapter, that feeling of being disconnected. As for setting a date for accomplishment, let's assume it is currently the month of January. What opportunities surround me right now to easily earn $10,000 per month in total personal income by December of this year or sooner? Or sooner tagged on is important. Why would we want to limit ourselves, typical in affirmation style, to a specific date? Why not allow the universe to be flexible and deliver it even sooner? Let's build upon this same question further. Let's throw in one of the attributes from column 3. What opportunities surround me right now where I can tap into my resourcefulness that will easily allow earning $10,000 per month in total personal income by December of this year or sooner? One step further would be to add in the reason for the increased income. How can I best utilize my honesty, character, and resourcefulness to attract and increase my monthly income to $10,000 or more on a consistent monthly basis, allowing for even more quality time with my wife and children by December of this year or sooner? What about outside resources available to you? The gorilla from chapter 16 you aren't currently aware of. Let's begin the question with who. Who do I know that can best help me utilize and expand my knowledge and skills, increasing my monthly income to $10,000 per month or more, further validating my confidence, self-worth, and value? Note, you could add specificity to exactly what knowledge and skills. More than one. I like to teach a person to create at least 3 empowering questions around the same desire, a what, how, and who question. What elicits content, how elicits process, and who elicits resources. If you look back, I've done just that with these examples. Therefore, by developing all 3 questions, you are maximizing the potential for its manifestation by expanding your overall awareness. Say this affirmation aloud, followed by its empowering question equivalent. I am enjoying early retirement at my beach house, earning $30,000 per month. How can I best utilize my honesty, character, and resourcefulness to attract a $30,000 or more monthly residual income, allowing for peaceful relaxation wherever I choose to be? Do you feel or hear or see or process the difference between the two? Your turn. Create 1 or 2 empowering questions right now for that which you desire. If you have a pad and pen, even better, but at least take a few moments in thought and begin to play around with these. There is no right or wrong per se. One gotcha in creating these questions is in not being aware of disempowering presuppositions that can sneak in. As talked about in the language chapters, presuppositions presuppose or claim something to be already true within the question. You want to avoid negative or disempowering states, or that which is not desired. For instance, how can I procrastinate less so I achieve my goals? Presupposes you procrastinate. Because this is a moving away, it is not empowering. Simply switch around the negative behavior with something like, how can I more quickly and easily achieve my goals? This slight difference puts you at cause, allowing for solutions to be recognized. Unlimited uses. The beauty of these questions is that they can be tailored to most anything a person desires in their life. Students can use them for homework and tests. I've used them to make smoother landings for my passengers. They are powerful in relationships, too. These empowering questions used regularly will change your life. From greatly improving communication in all types of relationships to problem solving of any sort, Creating expansion through these questions will provide you new possibilities from seemingly out of nowhere. Recently, I helped a woman who is a professional freediver develop her empowering questions to increase her depth from 41 meters to her goal of 60 meters. The application to our lives is endless. They are easy to do and easy not to do. Armed with this knowledge, the choice to incorporate them into your life becomes yours. Don't answer. Here is the other aspect of these questions to keep in mind. They are not meant to be answered, or at least not as a conscious-minded question. Of course, if you can, well then excellent. But chances are, if they were that easily solvable, the empowering question was not necessary to begin with. An answer may indeed arise in the process simply because you are widening access to your mind and opening your awareness, raising your level of consciousness around the possibilities that already exist. Yet these questions are most useful for areas where the answers cannot readily be discerned, where you do not know how to bring the solution about, or in a position of feeling stuck. Once spoken into existence, the subconscious mind has no choice but to seek the answer. This is how the law of attraction truly works. It is vibrational energy in the world of quantum physics. This also completely relieves all the pressure from a typical affirmation. In other words, you are not required to know how this will manifest in your life. You give it up to your subconscious mind, the law of attraction, spirit, God, angels, source, the universe, etc. It's very freeing. A real-life example. I recently worked with an individual just being introduced to empowering questions. He was very familiar with affirmations, and so I asked him to say aloud an affirmation of his desire. As he did, his entire physiology changed. The neuro aspect of NLP was in full swing. As he spoke aloud his affirmation, he felt a lump begin to manifest in his chest. He pointed to it as his breaths became shallow and quickened. Then a paleness overcame his face. He shifted quickly into a disempowered state simply by thinking of this desire and echoing it from within. This was hardly conducive to manifesting and tapping into the law of attraction toward his desired result. By the time we finished putting his affirmation into an empowering question, he felt and looked completely different. His color returned, his breathing deepened, and his posture was more erect. And yes, the lump in his chest was completely absent. He was amazed how something so simple could have such a profound effect physiologically. It certainly begs the question. If the physiological is that observable, imagine what is happening within the mind and results of the past versus what's possible. Additional examples. Here are some more examples I've helped others with. How can I honor myself even more while fulfilling my life's purpose and pleasures with greater awareness and joy? How can I increase the value of my message and communication even more effectively through questions to elevate the conversation I am having right now? How can I best elevate my higher awakening right now, perceiving everyone, including myself, in the higher planes of unconditional love and oneness? Usefulness of empowering questions. In summary, once spoken into existence, several ascendancies are activated in various ways. First of all, you have widened your awareness simply by creating the specific question modeled in a specific way. You have eliminated some filters within your RAS, actually opening it up, allowing more conscious awareness of vital information which will aid in the achievement of the question's desired result. With this increased awareness, suddenly you become alerted to conversations that may have gone unnoticed before. For instance, you're in earshot of two people talking at a coffee shop when a key word associated directly with your empowering question reaches your conscious mind. Rather than missing an opportunity, you now seize the moment and bring into your life a contact that can provide exactly what you were searching for, or vice versa. As another example of the usefulness of these questions, when forced to make the many decisions we do throughout the day, your subconscious mind is in full awareness. As a result, it will better guide you towards making decisions that allow the manifestation of your desire. And the amazing part of all this? Outside the formulating and occasional conscious thought of the question, most of the process will be outside your conscious awareness, the law of attraction exercised in your favor. Final thought. One last thought. Be playful with these. Make it more about doing them than attempting to word them perfectly. Just start. The more you exercise them, the easier and more natural they will flow. You can begin simply with, "How can I be even happier right now?" and build upon it as you get more comfortable. They don't have to be graduate level questions when first starting out. In time, as you become more comfortable with them, they will naturally include more accurate and expanded information that will broaden even further your awareness and activation of the law of attraction in a way that works for you. It almost seems magical when experienced, for done correctly, they absolutely work. Get courageous and creative in developing your empowering questions. Make them a part of your life. Teach them to your children, other family members, and friends. You'll be incredibly rewarded if you do. My dear friend Gail Kraft recently wrote an entire book dedicated to empowering questions, The Empowering Process. It is a phenomenal resource and guide to getting even more out of life. Teaching empowering questions to others. Lastly, if you are teaching this to someone, you want the person to utilize their own verbiage, not yours. However, a person may find themselves a bit stuck. Go step by step and ease them into the structuring of an effective, empowering question. If needed, help guide them to creating the first one or two. After that, they take control and get creative in developing their own. If known, guide them to utilize their primary modality, auditory, visual, kinesthetic, audio-digital. It makes the questions even more powerful. If they are serious about learning how to use these empowering questions to attract their desired results, have them write out at least 3 a day and share them with you. Text or email works great for this as well. Ensure you have their permission for your feedback. Then together you can adjust, if necessary, to make them even more empowering. After a couple of days of this, they've got it. Empowering questions to new pathways. 1. Questions provide answers where none seem to exist. 2. You are not looking to consciously answer your empowering questions. You are making yourself available for the answer to appear. 3. Be playful and have fun with these. They can change your life.